Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, my love?
I'm well, although I have to admit I'm a little tired this evening.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a long day for both of us.
Yeah. So we are here just relaxing and wanting to share more about how we met, the third part.
Mm-hmm.
And we think it's going to be even the last one.
Oh, yes,
Thank
the last
you guys for watching, for subscribing. If you you are someone new here, please subscribe, like, and comment. If you are a returning back subscriber, please watch, like, and comment. I'm Becky.
I'm Ramsey.
So we are
Bekram.
Bekram. Greetings everyone, how are you doing? How is your day? So yesterday we stopped on when you sent me money
For Flower to go to school.
for Flower to go to school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, guys. So
Well, that just meant that now we were connected to each other. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
at that point in time, she would send me a picture of Flower's first day of school.
yeah.
And that would be
Yes.
exciting for me because I knew I was a part of that, and I was excited that she was getting to do what she'd wanted to do in her life. So
yeah, that's where we started from.
Yeah.
And
And
I could share pictures how my daughter is looking like, how she is like, and we continued chatting, but just saying hi, greetings, something like
pretty
that.
much like that, yeah.
So
So, I mean, she'd tell me how Flower's day had gone, and it might be a little bit about her day, and I'd add a little bit about my day, and
yeah.
pretty boring stuff, really. But
Exactly. But I remember when you sent me money and I told you that my daughter is not going to use a van because I can walk with her up here. And you said, no, she should use a van.
yeah, I
And you
don't know
sent
why
me
I
more
said
money.
that. I guess I grew up going to school on a bus, and so I knew.
So guys, he sent me like money like today, but going to the bank to get that money, honey, I couldn't believe it because I went and I thought you were a scammer. How can someone send you money without seeing you? So you guys, I went to the bank, to Western Union, to get money, and I was like a thief because I could look around. Is it true? Is it true? And no, I can't believe this. So I went, and when they gave me the money, I still couldn't believe it. I thought maybe these guys have seen in a wrong way, the guys that works in a bank, and they gave me money. So I started to believe it slowly, and I went back and I thanked him. Thank you so much, I've got the money. And guys, it was a lot of money.
It wasn't a lot of money. It was less
It
than
was
I would spend.
$200.
Maybe $200. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, guys, it was a lot for me.
Well, yeah, it was a lot for you. And I mean, it was real money to me. It wasn't like something I'd throw away. But in terms of what it actually took for me to do that, it just meant a few less extra, trips to the movies or meals at McDonald's. It didn't change my life a whole lot, other than that I knew I was making a difference in your life. And that was important, to make a difference in Flower's life. Yeah.
So guys, that's how we started sharing pictures, started sharing our days been, started sharing a lot of stuffs, and to the extent that there was a time you told me that you're going to retire and try to check in Uganda.
So yeah, things were changing in my life, and I'm not going to go into the long story about why I was retiring, but that decision had been made, and now I'm also, even though I was going to retire, I didn't want to sit around and do nothing. I didn't want to sit around and fish all day because I don't fish. So what am I going to do with my day? And I wanted to be productive. So I want my day to be productive, and even though I'm retired, so how can I do that? Many, many, many years before I ever even heard of Becky, I had been on a mission trip to Chile, and I'd really fallen in love with it. I thought about becoming a missionary at that point in time, except I was over 30 years old, and they said that's too old. They didn't need anybody who was as old as me at 30 to be a missionary. They wanted younger missionaries, especially pastors, because they really wanted Chilean pastors, and in Africa they wanted African pastors. They didn't need somebody from America coming as a colonialist. So I understood that. If I had had a real skill like a doctor or an airplane mechanic, they could have used me. But as a pastor, local pastors were better. So I thought, well, someday when I retire, maybe I can do that. And lo and behold, here I am retiring. And I'm thinking about, yeah, maybe I can do that. And I began to check out different places that I could do that. And one of those places, because my son was here at the time, was let's look at Uganda. And I had met another online friend by the name of Ken, who, talking with him, he said, yeah, come here, we could use you. So I said, all right, I can kill about 3 birds with 1 stone. I can go check out the ministry work that Ken's telling me about. I can see my son, and I can touch base with this friend. And because she's like, I want to thank you in person. I want to thank you in person.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but
Probably, yeah.
I really didn't feel the need for that.
Yeah,
So that was my plan, was just to sort of come and, okay, I'll say hi, bye, and a wave bye. And then things changed.
Yeah, so I started telling him, so you want to retire and come to African countries? I was like, please come to Uganda and at least check on us, check on the girl you're paying school fees for, check it. So by that time, he used to ask me, where do you cook from? What do you use to cook? And he sent me more money, guys, to buy charcoal stove.
Yeah, well, that was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have done that.
A stove, yeah. So he spoiled me. So he sent us more money to buy things so that we can stay in a... Actually, the first money you sent me, honey, I took flour out.
Yeah, I know. I learned that later.
Gosh,
Not what I wanted done with the money, but
we
you know
ate
what
cakes,
you
we
do.
ate sodas, we ate what we had never eaten.
But she got enrolled in school, and that was the big thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
I got her into school. As you know, we can save. We women, or the people that have passed through a lot, they can save some money. So I used to count that money slowly, and I pick some and go and buy nice meals, and we have it with my daughter. So everything was moving well. He sent me more money for cooker.
Yeah. See what happened.
And by the way, to buy a cooker, I had to change a room where I'm staying for, because the room more 50,000. A thief can just kick the door with the foot, and it falls inside, and they carry the what?
The cooker.
The cooker.
A stove, in other words.
Yeah, the cooker. So I had to first change the rooms, and on this money that he was sending me to pay school fees, that's when I would get some money. And the one that he sent me to buy cooker, I reached there when it is a different price, and I used that money to rent another better house.
Yeah, and part of that story is, again, I told you about how if you have an opportunity to do something, I felt a responsibility to do something. And then the other thing is, you know the saying, in for a penny, in for a pound? Well, I'm like, okay, I'm making a difference in her life, but am I making a significant difference? And now I was thinking about, because Becky and I had become friends now. At first it was about flour, now we're friends. And it's like, okay, I hear the difficulty. She's going to work at like, what? Were you going to work 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And getting home at 8 o'clock at night?
Yeah, and flour.
And then having to cook on a charcoal stove. If you've ever cooked on a charcoal grill, you know how long it can take to cook anything, to get anything to boil. And I'm like, okay, yeah, propane would do the job a lot faster, and you won't be up to midnight.
Yeah, we could talk at 8, at 3 when we are cooking on the charcoal stove.
So,
and I have to go back tomorrow morning and work.
Yeah.
So it was too much. So he helped a lot to do that.
So anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound.
And guys, don't lose hope in every situation you're passing through, because God has a plan for you. Guys, the situation I was passing through, I didn't know that there is someone who can love me the way they are. I didn't know that there is someone who can love me without when they have not yet even met me. I don't know that there is friends without expecting anything from them.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about that. So guys, we stayed like that for a long period of time. When he started talking how he wants to check in Africa, so he decided Uganda.
Yeah.
But before he came, there is one day my mother called me. I think he suspected something, the thing that I had not yet seen. She asked me, Becky, can you fall in love with that man? I'm like, why? The guy, he's too old.
That's true. I am too old.
He's too
Very
old.
much too old.
I can't marry him. For what? No, the guy never thought of it and I cannot think of it. Why, Mom, why are you saying this? So there are words that my mother told me, Becky, are you still young? Because I'm also old enough. I'm old enough, you guys. You don't know my age. You're just seeing me. But I'm old enough. So my mother was like, Becky, are you sure? Are you young? Are you still young? You have 3 kids. So he said a lot of things. I was like, okay. But of course, he never told me that he loves me. So...
Well, it's because I liked you, but I didn't love you.
Of course, me too. I liked you as my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So one day, I was watching videos on WhatsApp. These videos we show on WhatsApp. As you have your friend, because he was my friend. Actually, he became my best friend because he was the person I was chatting with. Yeah, exactly. You became that.
Okay. Because
you were the person I would chat with, even when we don't understand the language. Guys, language is not a barrier. I'm telling you. So he was the person that I was running to. He was the person who was my friend in need, in everything. He was there. This guy could send me message and he will reply you as if he has nothing to do. He will tell you openly. Me, I didn't know that there is open people.
Okay.
That you can talk
I didn't know I was making that type of difference.
Seriously.
Yeah. I'm learning this now. Right now is what I'm learning this part of the story. Okay.
Up to now.
All right. That's fine. Yeah.
The guy was so open to me. So he became, I think, my best friend. He's the friend I had on my phone that I can keep my phone under all day because of him. I swear. Okay. And I think I had started developing something. I don't know. But when I got this message of 2 little girls were kissing. Let me tell you about this video. 2 little girls were kissing.
That was a little boy and a little girl.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Like a French boy and French girl. Or, no, I don't know. Anyway, a little boy and a little girl.
They
like
were
a European.
so little young.
Yeah.
They were so young, like at 4.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4 years old at the most.
So when I got it in my messages, as you know, guys, here in Africa, here in Uganda, you can call your friend my love. You can call your sister, your mother, your anything my love. Even the person you have found on the street, hi, how are you, my love? Are you okay? So me, I thought I was sharing it with... I don't know how my messages changed to be love messages. But till now, my husband believes that I was the first person to say that I love you. Up to now.
Well, because she sent me this picture of a boy and a girl kissing.
Video. Yeah.
A video of
it. They could kiss and they laugh. They could kiss. So I liked the video so much. So I decided to share it with my best friend.
Yeah. With
other people, actually. I think I sent that message 5 people.
Okay.
With Betty, my friend, everyone. Everyone that I loved. Okay. So I sent them those messages.
So I get this message and I'm like, Becky, what are you saying?
Becky, what do you mean? Are you sure? The guy got so excited. As if he was waiting for something.
Well, I don't know that I was, but anyway, you're right. I mean, I did I did receive it as if you were saying something different than what you maybe were saying.
But of course, he had something he's passing through. He had some pain he was passing through.
Yeah.
So I decided to not give up on him. I used to just chat with him because of what he was. I used to encourage him.
Mm-hmm.
Like one day I told you, come to Uganda and come to church and they pray for you. In Uganda.
Yeah, she wanted me to travel 8,000
Exactly.
miles to have somebody pray for me. And I thought,
Yeah.
they can pray for me without having to travel.
Yeah, he had a sick person and I wanted that person to be brought here in Uganda to be prayed for. We were just friends, guys. So when something happened, he was passing through a lot, but I used to just talk. I don't know how I talk to you so that they can comfort your heart. Honey, my English is not good. I don't know how the Holy Spirit could turn these words into something that can touch this guy's heart.
Well,
Because at least you can hear my English that it is not good. But those days it was worse, guys. It was so bad. So I don't know how the Holy Spirit turned everything that I was writing to be I love you, to comfort his heart. So sorry. Excuse me. So one time I fell sick.
yes.
And he was planning to come to Uganda.
Now, this is about a month.
That's what he told me. That's when he developed the love
this is
for
about
me.
a month before I was coming to Uganda. And everything in my life had fallen apart about a month before that. And because I'd been married before and my wife had left me and you know, the plan had not involved that at all. But I don't want to be critical of my ex-wife, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to hear me do that because, you know, she was there for me for the majority of our marriage, okay, and she did a wonderful job raising children. So you're not going to get me to go there. But things were not good at that particular moment, and they'd fallen apart, and she had left, and I'm like, for about we'd been trying through counseling,
But
and even after
remember,
she left, I'm
she
thinking,
left.
I gave it about another month, and there just was no more contact. Even all contact was cut off.
But as we were in contact,
Yeah, well, I was
Not in a love way.
talking with about a dozen people all the time. Yeah. So, and you were just
she
one of a
shared with
dozen.
me what was going on.
And then she gets sick with malaria. And she's in the hospital. And I'm not hearing from her for a few days, and I don't know what's up. And at first I'm not concerned, but by this time we were talking, maybe if not every day, at least every other day. And so what's happened, and her brother comes on, I think it is, and tells me that Becky's in the hospital with malaria. All right. And I'm like, should I be worried about this or not worried about this? And then they try to make light of it. And then I find out it's really pretty serious. And, you know, I'm trying not to overreact because malaria is common in Africa and we don't have it at all in America anymore. It used to. We don't anymore. And I'm trying to, I start reading up on it a little bit. What is it really? Okay, should I? And finally, her brother tells me, you know, it's like, you shouldn't be worried about it one day. And then the next day, she really is sick. And he tells me that it's gone to her brain.
Yeah.
And now they're actually have the phone give her the phone, and I'm chatting with her, and she is not herself. She is sort of crazy. I don't even know. I hope you don't even remember those days.
I was speaking words that are not on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was losing my
and
mind.
I was really feeling for her, and as I processed that, I realized that I was really feeling for her because I had a lot of feelings for her. And I realized, oh, this is different than it was a month before.
Yeah.
And so that's when I realized that I was feeling something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So guys, he got on plane.
Yeah. Now this is a part of the planned trip that I'd already planned before.
Yeah.
But by this time, my son had left Kampala. So instead of visiting my son, I'm going to go see Becky and my friend Ken.
And the girl you're paying school fees for.
And the girl I'm paying school fees for. And I'm going to go to a couple other countries as well. and it's a part of a process. And I'm visiting several friends in those countries along the way. Becky picks me up at the airport, and I swear to God, and you know, I saw her. At the moment I saw her step out from the crowd, I was done for. I knew at that moment
for the first
that
time.
she was the
Say
woman
that
for me
again.
for the rest of my life.
Oh, did you hear that?
And that's been it. That's the end of the story. There's no part
Exactly.
4.
So
That's when I
we
knew.
started. And
And-
guys, he engaged in 3
Yeah,
days.
yeah. Shortly after that, you know,
And I said yes without any fear, without anyone. So that is the end of our story on
Yeah.
how we met.
so that's
Next
it.
video is our wedding, guys. Just wait to watch our wedding, interracial wedding. So keep subscribing, keep watching, keep sharing. And I'm Becky. He is Ramsey. We are Background Africa. Love us. We love you too. Bye.
Bye.
From Uganda. Bye from America. So we love you all. Love you, baby.
Love you.